Hi, it's Steve Parker with OperationLockdown.com in Amarillo, Texas. And today we're going to take a look at an iFrame injection vulnerability and exploit. And basically, this was a website that was identified over the weekend, and we'll see if it's still actually been exploited. What an iFrame injection is it's a way to introduce code into a website that then redirects that website to usually a malicious website. So while you're viewing, like what we're doing here, it's we're viewing the website and everything looks fine. But behind the scenes, what we see is we actually see an exploit taking place. And a lot of times when you hit one of these particular websites, what happens is that it seems like it's really slow on loading, and then it will kind of pick up. In the meantime, what it's done is it's actually deposited payload and hopefully has not executed that payload on your computer. This computer right now is protected against the exploit on this website, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you in the code of the website itself exactly where the exploit is. So we're going to look at the source code for this particular website. And let me blow this up real quick. And come down here just below the body tag, which is right here, we see this line, just one simple line that's been put into the website. And basically what it's saying is that I want to build an iFrame. This is a small frame that you see all the time on websites that basically have content. Sometimes they'll have videos, sometimes they'll have news feeds, sometimes they'll have advertisements. But it's basically a little frame that is built into the web page. But in this case, one of the things that stands out immediately is the fact that if you look, the width of this frame and the height of this frame is 1 by 1, and there's no border, which is indicated by this 0. This means that virtually this particular frame is not going to be visible, okay, to your web browser at all, because it's real hard to see a 1 pixel by 1 pixel frame. There's no way to put any content in there and for it to be visible, and that's exactly what they don't want. They don't want this to be visible. They don't want the person who actually owns this website or manages this website to have any idea that this is even in the code. And if they're using basically a certain type of a web editing tool, they'll never see this. So once this is actually put in place, then what it does is it's going to redirect to this particular website. Now this website is holding basically a what we call an exploit kit, and it's going to throw to your computer several exploits. One of them's going to be Java, one of them's going to be the Acrobat Reader. We've got another video I'll release later that actually goes into detail of when we actually track this, but I just wanted to show you the proof of concept of what exactly is happening. And this happens to literally hundreds of websites a week. In fact, it's an automated process of where basically they built these bots that actually go out, look for vulnerable websites, and then just inject this code into them. And then from that point on, anyone who visits that particular website now basically can become a victim. And what's going to be deposited on their computers could be enough to steal their usernames, their passwords, to follow whatever type of web. So if they're visiting an online banking account, basically, and they type in their username and password, the hackers have it right there. So that kind of gives you an idea. And then this one's still in the wild. Obviously, it has not been fixed because the code is still present. But that just shows you the vulnerability that the internet has right now with these types of attacks. You may be thinking that, oh yeah, I found this great website and everything looks fine, and in the background it's actually attacking your computer. So once again, Steve Parker in Amarillo, Texas with OperationLockdown.com.